Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Killjoy Jake YouTube channel. I am your host, as always, Todd, and today we're talking a little bit about Scream, and a little bit of a set photo. I don't know why it was little, but a set photo they released recently. We're going to talk about that. Recently meaning today. Jake's a little off today because I've been editing Red Right Hand every single day of my life. Every single day. So Jake's a little tired, but we're chilling. We're gonna have a little chill stream talking about this. I just don't feel like making a video because I have been editing, like I said, every hour of my life. It's been crazy. So let's talk a little Scream live, baby. I'm gonna go for an hour. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna chill. And Easton Plays is already calling me out for being late. I was not even 30 seconds late. Come on. Dang, getting roasted. I love it. Sarah Campbell's here as well. What's up, Sarah? How's it going? Welcome. Matt Santos is here. Howdy hey. Tweeted some filming location photos at you. What? I'm gonna have to check this out. The pics are legit. Looks like they're filming location footage pickup establishing shots in New York City. Nice. And Omni is hopefully manifesting this into reality. This would be incredible. One day, Jake will be in a Scream movie, and I speak it into existence. I hope so, Omni. Oh, fingers crossed, baby. Hopefully. I love it. Hopefully. That would be sick. Jacob Browning is here. What's up, Jacob? How's it going? Welcome. Lisa S is here. Hello, Jakey boy. Hello, Lisa E. Hello, Lisa person. Aaron Underwood is here. Any Terrifier 3 news? Absolutely, Aaron. Yes, there is. In fact, there's some Terrifier 3 news. We know that it's going to start right where Terrifier 2 left off. So there is that. But not much else. We did get that from Damien Leone, though, so I might talk about that in the video at some point, but man, Jake is certainly a busy man at the moment. But I see a lot of you wonderful people here. Welcome. We're going to talk some Scream shit here in a sec. But first, Omar is throwing $2 in there already. Thank you so much, Omar. I really appreciate the support. Saying Cult of Ghost Faces. Yes! Oh, I would, see, like, personally, I would be so down. I'd be so down for a Cult of Ghost Faces. I think that would be really cool. Bit of a different angle, too. I don't know, man. I'm down for something weird, something different. Give it to me. I think that would be sick. We should play around with these weirder ideas, too. I mean, I know a lot of people will hear something like this and be like, fan fiction, you know? Like, it's getting out there, don't you think, Jake? I say just let's try something new. Why keep doing the same thing over and over again? If we're not going to try new stuff, I'm kind of like, what's the point of continuing these movies? I want something new, you know? I don't want same old every single time. So I agree, Omar. Let's do something crazy with Scream 6. I love it. Omar, thank you so much for the $2. Once again, we appreciate you greatly. I probably should have brought myself some water, but I have coffee. That's all I got in my Ren and Stimpy mug. But the main reason we're all here is, of course, this picture right here. If I can just pull it up. There you go. The thumbnail of the video that you just clicked on. There's all of our lads and ladies all together again. I am so excited to see them come March 10th, baby. Oh, and we just got our first picture today, which is what I just showed you, which is on the thumbnail that you probably just clicked on a second ago. Or maybe you're watching this on replay, you're 5 minutes into this and saying to yourself, Jake, what the fuck? Talk about Scream already. God. Well, okay, relax. Don't click off. Let's get into this. Okay, yeah, so the viewer Anon stuff too I want to talk about as well. But there's a lot to talk about with this picture. Like, there's just surface level stuff. We could just talk about what's going on in that picture. That would be enough to fill a live stream. But viewer Anon has thankfully given us a little bit of some crazy information. I will say this, it's borderline spoiler territory. So if that's something that kind of maybe bugs you, you're like, it kind of spoils the plot point about the movie. I don't think it spoils like a kill or who the Ghostface killers are or anything like that. Kind of just spoils a maybe plot point that I have gathered enough evidence to say that yes, this is probably something that is going to happen. Most times I say, take this with a grain of salt, but I've seen a few set photos and I think this is maybe something that will happen in the movie. So if that's kind of going to be something that bothers you, we are going to be talking about that on this stream. So just a little warning before we get into that. I thought I might say something like that. I typically don't get into the more spoilery stuff, but this is just so exciting to me. And like I said, it doesn't really spoil anything big. So that's why I'm like, let's talk about it. It's not that big of a deal. But viewer Anon said they're looking at a row of Ghostface costumes and their masks are missing. And I think the idea is that maybe whoever our killer or killers is, has maybe stolen the masks of the other Ghostface killers. Why could that be? I think that definitely does tie into whatever their motive is going to be. That's something to look out for, and does work with the other thing that viewer Anon said about the masks looking like older, but it also maybe appears that they're on like some kind of steps, because Melissa Barrera looks like she's 7 feet tall here, so I don't think that's the case. But looks like they're walking up steps, which is why this photo looks kind of weird. Like Jack Champion, for instance, is behind Kirby, and like it's almost like you can barely see him. So this is probably like a scene where they're all like walking up and walking into the like museum, let's say, because I believe that's the La National Theater, if I'm remembering correctly from all of the set photos we got, like all the way back when they were filming. I remember some guy snuck a picture of it, snuck a picture of like what they were filming in there. You actually got to see the other side with the Ghostface robes, and there was no masks. And we were theorizing about that for a while. We're like, why is there no masks on these? Which is honestly why I believe viewer Anon entirely about what he's saying, because this just totally correlates with everything I'm thinking about the movie so far. So just my thoughts. Am I lagging, Jamie? I'm sorry. Nothing I can do about that, unfortunately. My Wi-Fi seems to be fine, so I'm sorry about that. Lewis is saying, I don't think Gale is behind anyone. Gale usually likes to be in charge of investigating. Good point. So 90% chance that's not her. Maybe. I do see what you're saying, though, Lewis. That's a really good point. Typically, when Gale's in a group, she's the leader. I can't argue with that. That's actually a really good point. Holy shit, it's Jake's face. I know, it's terrifying, right? Ugh. God, people just see me coming. They're like, fuck no. Getting the hell out of here. Spooky Tones is here, too, saying Extron Gaming getting picky about something. That's okay. You want to see Gale is all. I don't actually care about her placement in the stealth. Got you. That's all good. Welcome, Spooky Tones. Welcome. Angie, how's it going? What's up? Welcome to the stream. We're talking a little Scream. Doing a little Scream stream. You lag, we all lag. That's okay. Hopefully I'm not lagging too bad. Hopefully it's chilling out a bit. Hopefully. Okay, yeah. Cool. And yeah, Trick or Treat is saying viewer Anon said it's Gale behind Mindy. Honestly, when I first saw that picture, I was not thinking it was Gale at all. I thought maybe like Devin Nakato or like Liana Liberato, which I don't know why that name is so hard for me to say, but yeah. But yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, that could totally be Gale, I think, for sure. I wouldn't, like, here's my thing, like, that's the other big thing about that picture, so let's bring that up real quick again. So, the other big thing about this picture is they're clear, like, all of them, besides Dermot Mulroney, oddly enough, which we'll talk about this facet as well, they all kind of look like they're looking at something and they're kind of scared or shocked or freaked out a little bit. They're like, what the hell are we looking at? So, if they were all, this is like the appropriate response to a room full of Ghostface robes that were worn by past victims. I mean, we're literally looking at people here, for the most part, who have been attacked by Ghostface in the past. There's at least 5 people standing here that is the case. Maybe Gale is behind these people too, if viewer Anon is correct, but I just think that's interesting. That they would be freaked out, you know, in that situation. They would totally be freaked out if they saw something like that. It's almost like bringing back trauma. It's freaky, man. It's scary. I don't like it. But it is interesting to think about, I think. The other facet about this picture is that, like, once again, going back to Dermot Mulroney real quick, and then I'll answer some comments from you guys, because I see some great predictions. I love it. The thing about Dermot is he's kind of giving everyone the evil eye in that picture, and I'll pull it up. I know I keep going back and forth from my ugly face to this picture, but yeah, no, Dermot Mulroney, look at it. I mean, he's kind of giving the side eye there. What's up with that? Maybe he's expecting them to be shocked because he was the one who stole the masks. Oh my God. Maybe. I don't know. All right, but what do you guys think about it? I'm sure you guys have seen this picture already. I'm not exactly the first person to talk about it on here. So what are we thinking about all this shenanigans? Is the stream lagging for anyone else, or is it just me? I guess everyone's stream is kind of lagging. I'm gonna pull it up on my phone just to see. Hopefully we can get this puppy figured out and fixed, if that's the case. But I am curious what you guys think about this crazy shit. Please leave me something in the chat, and we will talk some crazy shit about it. Let's see what's going on though. Hopefully this isn't lagging as bad as I think it's gonna. So, hopefully not. I'm listening to myself right now. I'm watching my own live stream. This is meta. It's a Scream stream. Yeah. See, we got to keep it meta. There we go. Okay. Yeah. No. I mean this looks fine to me. So I don't know. Hopefully it's not lagging for everybody else. But let's get back to the Scream conversation. Anyways, John Fell is here. What's up? What's up? Love the channel. Thank you so much, John. I love you too. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Spooky Tones is saying something's going to happen to split them all up. And before one of our survivors inevitably got a la Randy. I really do think one of the core four is going to, I really think one of the core four is going to go. Gonna be honest. And that's kind of sad. I love all four of those characters. I feel like all four of them could continue on into the next movie and do like something else. I've talked a lot about how Jenna might die in this movie, which nobody likes that idea besides me, I guess. I love Jenna Ortega. She's amazing, but man, I think her character's death could do some crazy shit for the other three characters in the story personally, but it would really throw them down a completely different crazy path, which would be cool. But I don't know. It's just a thought. Oh, Blucka saying, see ya later, Mindy. Oh, hot take. Hot take, hot take. Maybe. I really think one of the core four is going to die. Like, that's my one prediction that I'm dead set on. One of them's going to die. I don't know which one, but we'll have to see. Tara is dead for Sam's story arc. I mean, that would really make it interesting. You know, Sam just reconvened with her sister. So if Tara dies, what does that do to Sam, man? Oh, it's horrifying. Zoe Crawford is here. What's up, Zoe? How's it going? They're all reacting to the... Yes. Damn. That would be fucking super meta. That'd be awesome. They're all reacting to the red right-hand sex scene. Oh, God. Oh, little do you all know some of the awful things to come in that. Zoe Crawford filmed 3 hours of that. For the no, I'm totally kidding. So I do appreciate it though. Thank you for the sex scene you totally filmed. Save Robbie is here. What's up? What's up, Robbie? Saying Kirby is gonna turn me straight. She looking good. She does look good. Hayden Panettiere looks awesome, man. I'm just excited. That's really funny. I'm just excited to see Kirby back. Like I'm so excited for this movie. It's bringing a lot of my favorite elements from the Scream franchise all together. Like just in the characters too. I fucking love Kirby, man. I know, like I've seen some Kirby hate recently, which makes old Jake here a little sad, but I really like Kirby. I'm really excited to have her back. She does. I will say this too, to viewer Anand's point about her being an FBI agent. She looks like she's dressed as an FBI agent. I'm gonna be honest. Maybe it's the black leather or whatever that she's wearing. Like she's wearing like a leather jacket, if I'm remembering correctly. I buy it. I buy she's an FBI agent. How does everyone else feel about that? Because that was another thing that got confirmed recently. Speaking of which, there's a lot to talk about with that photo. Like I said, we're going through this shit as much as we can in the hour that I have. So it's just exciting stuff. The picture is of them entering the premiere of Scream 7 and reacting to Neve Campbell being on screen. My reaction would personally be this. But hey, I feel you, Culpin. I love it. I'd be freaking out. That's what I would be doing. That noise and a little freak out, little happy dance when that finally happens. Fingers crossed. You gotta manifest it into existence. That's mind over matter. Mind over matter, baby. Neve Campbell's in the next one. Bluck is saying it feels like a story where Chad and Sam are the last two standing and come together like Dewey and Sid over their losses. I could see that happening too, because what's interesting about that, Blucka, is you're killing one of the siblings in both of the clans that make up the core four. That would be fascinating, actually, if you were to kill like just one of the siblings on both ends. I'm not against that, which is a hot take. Like I said, I love all of the core four characters. They're great. I could totally see all of them continuing into the next movie, but at the same time, I kind of want this to be a bloodbath, which I gotta take a sip of this coffee real quick, but I do have some thoughts on that. So speaking of that, everyone moving into the next movie and possibly being in the next one, I actually saw this picture today, and the very first thing I did was kind of freak out a little bit. My first reaction to this was kind of negative, because this looks like a third act set piece. This looks like where the third act of the movie is going to take place. Let's compare it to Scream 2 for a minute. That also takes place at a theater for its third act. This is Radio Silence's Scream 2. Fuck, it's even rumored for this movie to be called Scream 2. I don't think it's going to be. I really think it's going to be Scream 6 with the Roman numerals, fingers crossed, once again. But man, I'm telling you, this is going to be Radio Silence's Scream 2. And for them to kind of not copy the third act set, but to do something similar to it, just like how they did for their first Scream movie, it wouldn't be something out of their ballpark, is just a point I'd like to make. So if that's a third act setting, this seems like it's going to be like the precursor to the reveal, essentially, this picture right here. So is this how many characters are alive still by the third act? Which, I guess I just don't know how I feel about that. This is a lot of the characters. Like, so let's say that's Gale behind Mindy. Let just for theory's sake here. I mean, we still got Jack Champion, Dermot Mulroney, Jenna Ortega, Hayden Panettiere, Mindy. I'm just gonna start saying random names. Mindy, Sam, Chad, and maybe Gale. I already said Gale. That's a lot of the people in this movie. I mean, like, that's not too many people dead at this point. It fits your typical MO of a Scream film. So there is that, but I'm really expecting this to be like a bloodbath. Like, I don't know, the way they're teasing it and like talking about it, like, seems like there's gonna be a lot of death, a lot of blood, guts in this movie. And so far, I'm not getting that from this picture yet. Talking about how this is like the craziest ghostface killer out there and all that. And so far, I'm like, okay, I'm here for that, but is that just Radio Silence trying to hype up their sequel, or what is that? What is that all about? I'm excited to find out. We're gonna get a trailer next month, and hopefully we'll know. Hopefully we'll get a taste of it. I don't want everything spoiled, but I do want to know how much we're getting into. I'm excited to know how much crazy shit we're about to get into. Christian, I agree with you. If Samara is the opening kill, I'm gonna cry, but I'll respect it. I am 100% in that same boat. I'm going to be so sad if she dies early on, but at the same time, I'm like, I totally see that being the case. I would not be surprised at all if the opening of the movie is Samara Weaving chilling at her house watching horror movies and she gets a phone call. I would not be surprised. Not even in the slightest would I be surprised, but man, we'll just have to see. We'll have to see. I would love a lot of Samara Weaving in this movie, though. It reminds me of how little Maya Hawke is in the Fear Street movie, like that first Fear Street movie. I'm like, she was so good in that opening scene. I wanted more, but she's great in that role, though, regardless. So I know Samara will be, too, if she's the opening kill. And oh my God, Jared Barkley throwing $10 in there. Thank you so much for the support this month. Really appreciate it, man. Thank you. Saying, what up? I have a theory because Scream does social commentary. Yes, it does. With it being in New York City, they can do a commentary on gun violence and a whole scene where a lot of people. Okay, God, that's damn. That's pretty heavy, Jared. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, it would work with the times. I will say my one thing about Scream, though, is that it's typically commentary on like horror movies. That's my one thing. I could see them commenting on this and like actually getting to like social commentary specifically instead of like meta horror commentary. That could be the case. I could see them diving into that. I mean, like, just look at Scream 5. We kind of ventured outside of the typical realm. We're talking not just about horror movies. We're widening that scope now. We're talking about all movies. So if they were to implement some social commentary into there, I could see that being the case too. I mean, I could see them doing something with that for sure. We'll just have to see, Jared. I like the theories, though. I'm someone who likes social commentary in movies typically, even if I don't necessarily like. If I do agree with it, if I don't, I just like when it's done well. Personally, just my thing. But I thank you, Jared. I love the theories. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Thank you so much for the $10. I appreciate it. Hollywood Guy is throwing $5 in there as well. Thank you so much, Hollywood Guy. Saying, question, should legacy actors be killed by a legacy ghost face? Example, Stu. What do you think / feel? Well, listen, many say that Stu was the one to kill Dewey in the last movie, speaking of that. So, listen, that could be the case. I don't know. What do I know? There's a tiny hair on my glasses, and before I answer this question, I have to get it, or it's actually going to bug me for the rest of the stream. Okay, let's get back to it, Hollywood Guy. I'm so fired up tonight. I've been wanting to go live like for the past 4 days, so I apologize if my energy is a little way through the roof, but it's just nice to be back, sitting in this chair, talking with you guys. Oh, it's just nice. Hollywood Guy's question, though, should legacy actors be killed by a legacy ghost face? Well, that could absolutely be the case, and if someone was to die in this movie, like Kirby or Gale, I would hope that they do it in a way like that, where it's like maybe the killer's wearing Stu's mask this time around, and that's how Gale dies. I feel like that could work. Like, that could be interesting to me. I would be sad for. I don't want Gale to die, though. I really don't think that's a problem. A problem. I think that's something they shouldn't do. I really don't think they need to kill Gale. They already killed Dewey, and now they don't have Nev Campbell in the movie. So, like, I don't want them to just kill off Gale now. Like, Gale's the one the one like hook we still have to the legacy of the other movies. Essentially, we got Kirby. You know, we got Kirby. That's awesome. I love Kirby, but Gale's been there for every movie, man. And this is like record breaking too. Isn't this like a huge deal? Like she's like one of the only persons to like the female actress that's a protagonist to be in like all 6 of us, like the first 6 slasher movies in a franchise. Isn't that a thing? Or did I just hear that and am I just going crazy? I feel like that's a thing for this movie, but maybe I'm just making that up because I thought it was cool or something. I don't know. But if that is the case, I would be down for something like this, maybe for Kirby. I really think that Kirby's gonna die in this movie. That's another thing. I think Gale's gonna live, but I think Kirby's gonna die, which makes me a sad man. But I just feel like my spidey senses are tingling on that one. Don't think she's making it through. So if Kirby dies, could be cool if maybe if a legacy character was still out there somewhere, a legacy killer perhaps. That could be the one to take her down. That could be cool. I'd be into that, Hollywood guy. Thank you so much for the $5. I appreciate the super chat. Thank you. But that's the other thing we need to talk about regarding this photo. Literally nothing about what I just said, but moving into some other stuff I do want to talk about because I think this is fascinating about this. Is this the third act? Because once again, like I was saying, this would make sense with Radio Silence's MO. I maybe should be focusing more on the writers here. Guy Busick, James Vanderbilt, who wrote the last movie and also set us in the same location as the third act of the original Scream movie. So are we going to play into the Scream 2 vibes with this movie? I'm not the first person to bring this up, trust me. There are many people who have been talking about this already. We're already starting to get a vibe that maybe this movie is going to pay nostalgia to that movie specifically, opposed to the first one. I'm okay with that. You know, I'm chill with that as long as you guys know what I'm about to say, as long as they don't have a Mrs. Loomis character that's seeking revenge for the death of their beloved boy who did nothing wrong. Don't give me that. Please don't give me that again. Like, I'm fine with it in the first one. It's revenge, whatever. It's not the craziest motive or whatever, but please don't do it again. Just don't do it again. There's so many other motives. There's so many other reasons to kill people that we could play into with the Ghostface Killer. Give us something different here. But once again, is this the third act or is this the second act? I see someone saying, Sarah's saying, I think that still is from the second act. Now, I could see this being from the second act if this is just a scene, like a set piece to introduce the idea that our Ghostface Killer is stealing the past costumes and killing in those costumes. And Stu's mask and Billy's mask, maybe Jill's mask to work with the Kirby angle. I could see that being the case. But I wonder if this is the second act or third act, because it could be like that scene where, like, in Scream 2, for example, they kind of find out that, like, all the names of the people killed it kind of matches the original killings from Billy and Stu. So could it be something like that, where it's like this killer is stealing the masks of the past killers, and that's going to be something we find out in early second act? I think so. I think that could be cool. I see a lot of people saying second act. Interesting. I'm still on the third act. I still really think third act, but I see that angle to it though, for sure. That could be what it is. Did you check the photo I tweeted you? You don't? Okay, I'm gonna check it. I'm gonna check it right now. So you said this is a location in New York City. Exterior footage of New York City and splicing it in. Oh man, my phone just thought I said Siri, and then all of that just got Siri'd into oblivion. Let's find this out. So here we go. Scream 6 film shoot in Central Park. Oh, interesting. Okay, so in near Central Park off of 63rd Street in New York City, apparently they were filming some exterior shots, and they found this out because the picture, like there's a little like thing that says like no parking, we're filming some shit here, and underneath that it says Blackmore on it, which is the production title for this new movie. Very interesting. Very, very, very interesting. I totally would predict this is going to happen. You know, I mean, the movie was shot mostly, like principal photography was in Montreal, Canada, but that was all to save money, because if you actually film something in New York, it's going to cost you a lot more than $30 million, basically, when everything's totaled up. But so I do think that, yes, that could be the case. They're just filming exteriors here. It's probably not going to be anything crazy, but yeah, that's some good stuff though, regardless. Thank you so much, Culpin. That's awesome. So if you want to visit a Scream 6 filming location and you happen to be in New York City, 63rd Street near Central Park, there you go. Go check it out. Kyle, I thought your name was Kyrie. I am so sorry. Kyle Israel. Yes, there is going to be references to Jill Roberts, and I already kind of know about that. Do I have this picture still on me, though? Because I may not, because, you know, the pictures on, you only can put so many pictures on this StreamYard thing that I use. And unfortunately, I believe I only have the newer ones that I like to talk about. So I don't have it on me, but there is like a edifice, like a false edifice that they built for a flower shop that's called Jill's Flowers, which, I mean, listen, you got Kirby in this movie. You got a lot of Scream 4 references already that we're already starting to talk about. It's got to be a Jill Roberts reference, right? Come on. There was also like a false edifice for a store with like Hank. I can't remember what it was specifically, but that is Billy Loomis's dad, I would predict. Maybe that's a reference to that. I don't know. Hank Loomis. What a guy. He's in like one scene of those original movies. There you go. But yes, there is, so far, I know of one. So far, I know of one Jill reference. Will Kirby also reference the old Jillster? The old Jiller Killer, as we like to call her around here. We'll just have to find out. Alejandro is saying, since someone said a lot more survivors will die in Scream 6, I think one of the two Carpenter sisters will die. I think it could be Sam. Scream 7 could be about Tara trying to find her killer. I don't know, man. They set up so much with Sam. I don't know if they could resolve all of that in one movie. I mean, you know, I'm not saying it's impossible, but they just set up way too much with Sam's character in the last movie. If they were to do something with like that for Scream 7, they'd have to spend this entire movie setting up Tara's character. So what was the point of all the Sam setup in Scream 5? Which, like, kind of, you could argue, yes, kind of did already go somewhere. She, you know, murdered the fuck out of Richie with all the stabs and stuff. So I get that. You know, I feel you there, but I feel like that's going longer ways than just to be able to kill someone. You know what I mean? I feel like they didn't write that in just so that she could go fucking ballistic on Richie's chest with that knife. I mean, that was fucking crazy. But I don't know. I just hope that they don't just throw all that out the window for moving into Scream 7, which is, like, let's be honest, probably going to happen. So I don't know. And listen, you know, I'll say this, execution is everything. I'm not saying that's impossible. There's some crazy shit that works in movies that you would be shocked by. Like, on paper, it's like, this is just not going to work. What the fuck? And then it does somehow sometimes. So anything is possible. Anything is possible. And that's why I love doing these live streams, because anything is possible. We can talk about the craziest shit, and we could probably make it make sense, which I think is interesting. That's what I love about the Scream movies. You can do it. There's a lot. It's such an open canvas of a franchise, you know, and they really haven't done too much with that. They've only like kind of skewed out of the typical format a few times in little tiny directions, really. So I think that's interesting. Aaron is saying, old mask, wasn't this an unused idea for Scream 5? Kevin Williamson said so. He brought the 1996 mask to set. Why? I don't, you know, I'm not 100% sure. I mean, maybe if it was an unused idea for Scream 5, they could be recycling it here, which I think is cool personally. But, you know, there sometimes when you write a script, you know, you got a crazy amount of ideas, and sometimes not all of them make it. You know, sometimes they don't. So if they're recycling ideas, I'm fine with that personally. I think that's interesting. Don Mancini from the Chucky franchise. I watched a lot of him talking recently, like in just interviews and all that. I fucked up big time, everybody. I accidentally erased the entire season 2 off of from DVR from at my friend's house, and I wanted to watch them and give you all a review, but now that's not happening. Now that's not happening anytime soon, because I done fucked up essentially. So I will watch it eventually when it's on a fucking streaming service, but at this point, like the universe just doesn't want me to watch it at this point. I really want to watch it though, but where was I going with that? Don Mancini has all these other crazy ideas that he wanted to do back like all the way in the early 90s with some of the other Child's Play sequels that he just never got to do. Now he's able to do them in like some of the, not only in the later movies, but also in the Chucky TV series, which I think is awesome. It's really interesting to think about, to hold on to an idea like that and finally be able to do it sometime in the future. That's always the coolest. That's always crazy, interesting behind the scenes shit that I love. Love it. Alex BB is here. What's up, Alex? How's it going? Saying, I've changed my Instagram account name. It's similar to the name to the old one. Got some new theories on there. Some of them to do with the still image. Hell yeah, Alex. I don't know if I followed you back yet, but I'm gonna do that literally right now. Literally right now during the old stream where we're going for it. It's similar to the old one. So I bet I can find it. Yeah, you know, I'm doing this on my stream. Fuck it. I don't care, man. Alex BB. Alex, I'm gonna be honest with you, dog. I'm just not seeing it. But I swear to God, I will follow you back at some point. And we will talk some crazy ass Scream theories. But I am on a live stream, and I should probably be professional. I should probably actually try to be entertaining while I'm on here. But yes, I will follow you back. I'll follow you back, my good friend. And we'll talk some more Scream in the future. I'm pretty sure Viewer Anon said it was a museum in the tweet. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it will be too. It kind of looks like it. Look, it looks like it might be a theater. I know they filmed it at a theater. It's Le National Theater is where they filmed that. So they probably mocked it up to look like a museum. So if I keep calling it a theater, that's why. That's because I just have that on the brain. It's Alex BB77. Awesome. I'm looking it up right now. Go. I don't know if you want this shout out or not, Alex, but go give Alex go give him a follow. Why not? Why not do that? There we go. I found it. I gotcha. Bam. Bam. There we go. Good stuff. I'm YB is saying I don't think they all would be in the third act without making me cry first. I'll cry if one of the core four die. I'm really attached. I don't want them to die, but I know they will. That's the sad thing. I know they probably will, which makes me a big old sad camper, but you can't promise me that this is going to be the most brutal, bloody Ghostface without some kind of emotional death happening in the movie. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see it. Come on. Someone's going to die and it's going to suck, and we're going to be like, come on. I'm adamant that when Sydney hears a bang in the basement and shouts Kirby that it was actually her. Getting back in the trivia room and locking herself in. Imagine if this is this is the flashback scenes. Interesting. Okay, that could be cool. I dig it. I dig it, Mason. I dig it. Mr. Journey is saying, I hope they bring Angelina back. I don't want her as a Ghostface, but maybe she could have a redemption arc. She knows what the mind of a Ghostface is like. She could help the detectives. Maybe Scream 8. I'm like, Sate? I'm like, 8. But yeah, no. I think that could be cool if they bring Angelina back. It's one of those things where it's like, you needed to watch one of the random sequels in the franchise. So like unfortunately the studios don't typically go for those ideas, which is a shame because I feel like there's a lot of fun things you could do with something like that. You wouldn't have to make it like a full in your face kind of thing where it's like, it's all about this character from the third movie that you may or may not remember, you know? Like, you could make that something in the background that still works with the story, and you could still have a movie around that. And then like, it's like, oh, the people who remember that from Scream 3 will appreciate it, while casual watchers could still watch it and understand the movie without knowing that, you know? Like, I feel like, maybe this is a hot take, but I feel like No Way Home did a really good job of that. Like Spider-Man No Way Home, where it's like, yes, you probably had, your viewing of that would be enhanced if you watched all of the other movies, but if you didn't, you could still pretty much gather what the movie's about. You know what I mean? It's other Spider-Mans from a different dimension and all that. It's not that crazy. You could do something like that with bringing back a crazy character like that. Hoffman and Saw is another great example. Everyone wants to see that story continued, including myself. I would love to see that, but it's like something that unfortunately studios just don't go for. And I think the big thing with that is like, you just can't pitch your movie in that direction. You can't make it the full focus of it, but if it's something in the background, you could totally do that. Like if Angelina's maybe one of the characters or something, it's like, oh yeah, we know her. She's from all the way back in Hollywood. That totally works. There you go. And then it's not like the full focus of the movie. That could work. And holy crap, Glory74 is throwing $20 in the chat. That's a big old nasty super chat. Thank you so much, Glory74. Really appreciate that. Saying, I just want to say that I enjoy your channel and love hearing everyone's takes on Scream 6. I can't wait till it comes out. By the way, I want to wish a happy Thanksgiving to my American family tomorrow. Well, thank you so much. Happy early Thanksgiving to you as well. It seems like I can tell from this you are maybe not from America, but I just hope you have a great Thursday in that case. I hope you have a great weekend as well. So thank you so much, Glory. I really appreciate the support. It means a lot. Thank you so much for the sentiment. It means a whole lot. And I'm glad you like listening to everyone's takes on Scream 6 too. Like that's my favorite part about doing this channel. Honestly, I was talking about that today with everybody. Yeah, I'm gonna leave this on screen for a bit. You earned it. You earned it, Glory74. There you go. You get a fast clap. I was just talking about this with the guy who's helping us edit our video, the amazing Andrew Oliver, who is single-handedly saving me and Matt's asses. I was talking to him about how, like, literally my favorite part of this, doing this entire thing, is just listening to everyone's takes. Everyone has, like, a crazy direction where I'm like, I never even thought about that. That is so fucking cool. And I love it. Like, that is my favorite part of this, doing all of this, is these live streams where I just get to talk to you. Like, I've had so many people say, like, Jake, you gotta have guests on your fucking streams. You know, you can't just talk into the abyss. And I'm like, but I kind of like talking to just all these crazy people. It's awesome. I love it. So that's one of my favorite parts of doing this channel. Just, I don't know, little rants I wanted to go on. It's great. I hate when I get separated from the channel for a few days and then I get all fucking emotional and shit. It's awful. it's awful. Did you see Jalen's throwing $2 in there? Thank you so much, Jalen. Saying, did you see viewer Anon's opening scene tease? If he's tweeting some more shit, the past 3 hours before this, I've been pretty damn busy, so I might have missed it. But I'm gonna check it out right now, see if there's anything else that he tweeted out that I have not seen yet. So I'm seeing what else am I seeing? Yeah, so I've seen all these tweets. So viewer Anon retweeted the picture that got leaked. I don't even know if it was leaked. I mean, like, Bloody Disgusting was talking about it and shit, but the picture that is out now, however it came out, I'm just seeing everyone talking about it, pretty much. Viewer Anon retweeted that saying, want to know what they're looking at, to which he answered that in the spoiler tweet that he put out later. And then he said, the person said, you can just barely see behind Mindy is Gale. So, and then he also talked about how the masks are, the masks of the Ghostface killers are on, like, not on the costumes. The masks they're missing, is what I should have just said. But yes, so I have not seen if he said anything about the opening scene. I have covered a few things he's talked about recently, but I can't remember if it was anything about the opening scene or not specifically. He told me, interestingly enough, Jalen, he told me recently that there's a kill involving ladders. He kind of teased that he didn't directly say that. Let's get this right. He teased that it would be like that ladders can be dangerous. They can be interesting for killing. Once again, I'm paraphrasing, but he essentially alluded to the idea that someone dies via a ladder somehow. So I think that's interesting. I think that's pretty cool. He also said that Mindy and Kirby fight over their favorite Friday the 13th movie, which sounds fucking awesome to me. So we love viewer Anon here. We appreciate him hyping up things, but not spoiling things. We do appreciate that a lot over here. But Jalen, thank you for the $2. Thank you. It was a few days ago, I believe, in an image. I'll have to see. I might have missed that because I have been going hard with the fucking editing. I just have not had. Jake has just not had time to do anything else except edit shit. So yes, Kirby is back, ladies and laddles and generals. I thought that was ladies and gentlemen, but then I'm like, hang on a minute. Hang on just a minute there. That's funny. Zoe is saying, so are they in some horror slasher artifact museum? That's my guess. I'm assuming they're maybe like doing some kind of thing on all the Ghostface killers, kind of like how, there's a new show on Jeffrey Dahmer, for instance. Think about that in the Scream universe. It's something a lot of people don't think about. They kind of glorify these Ghostface killers sometimes in these movies with the stab movies. And I think that's kind of fucked up to a sense. Kind of something they never, they're not never touched on in the movies, but, I think it would be cool if Scream 6 focused a lot of its commentary on that. Specifically, we were talking about social commentary in these movies earlier. That's something that they can get into the more social side of commentary, which is a ridiculous way to say that. But that would actually be kind of cool. That would be very like poignant to the times too. There's a lot of that happening with the Dahmer show right now. So it's kind of fucked up. A lot of people going as Jeffrey Dahmer for like fucking Halloween costumes, which I think is kind of weird. It's kind of fucked up. To a degree. I mean, they even talked about that in Terrifier 2, which I think is interesting. It's like that's just a weird thing on the minds right now. Red Right Hand kind of plays into that a little bit too, which is maybe saying a little too much about the movie, but it's interesting. I think it's interesting. So yes, to answer this ridiculously long-winded answer, let's finish this off. Yes. God damn. Shut the fuck up, Jake. I'm talking to myself. There's a mirror over here. I just talk to myself sometimes. I got voices in my head. Everyone has that, right? That's not just a me thing, right? I hope. I hope not. Red Right Hand should play again in one of the Scream 6 scenes. Oh, I would lose my mind. I would lose my mind if they did something like that. If Jamie just comes on screen and he's covered in blood or something, that'd be great. Oh, I would lose my mind. Be awesome. Coop the If is here. What's up, Coop? How's it going? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. We're streaming. We're screaming. And I'm not going to finish that. We're not creaming. Nope, none of that. We're talking about this. If you're just joining us, we're talking about this brand new set photo. If you don't want to get spoiled for Scream 6, we may be kind of crossing into some spoiler territory. I talked about this a little earlier, gave a spoiler warning, but why not do it again? We may be getting into some spoilers for this stream, just so you guys know. I don't think it's that big of a spoiler. Viewer Anon kind of confirmed something about the new movie, which, once again, third-party source, take it with a grain of salt. But at the same time, I have some evidence that would suggest that this is true. So that's why I'm kind of saying, maybe if you don't get something spoiled, don't watch the stream. That's my warning to you. I don't think it's that big. I don't think it's that big of a deal. It's not spoiling anything big about the movie, but it is a plot point that I think is really going to happen in this movie. Like, I'm 99% sure. So, BJ Paulin is spamming the chat saying, Jake, I'm just kidding. Jake, do you think there would be any surprise cameos that they haven't announced yet? Like they did with Randy's sister and Billy. I'm so curious if we get a Sarah Michelle Gellar type of cameo. Ooh, she would be great. I would love that. But one thing I'm already speculating is we just got this picture, BJ Paulin, of Heather Langenkamp. You might not be able to see her or recognize her, but she is the one that is standing right in front of Kevin Williamson there, right next to the Radio Silence guys. She is, of course, Nancy from the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. And I think she could very well be in that movie. If you notice, she's like hanging out with all of them. What the hell's going on here? Well, why are they all hanging out? What are they just, did they just call up Heather Langenkamp, be like, hey, we're making the new Scream movie, let's hang out? No, my friend. I genuinely believe that she's gonna make a cameo in this. That's not confirmed, so let's make that very clear, not confirmed. But if I was a betting man, which honestly I'm not, I bought one scratch off in my entire life. I'm not a fan of them. If I was a betting man, though, really losing my train of thought tonight, I would say yes, she's probably going to make some kind of cameo appearance in this. We're at a fucking college, guys. We can have plenty of professors that are just cameos of other people out there. I mean, come on. Like, we can do that so easily. Just like how we can so easily have Carrie Fisher in Scream 3 and just have that awesome fucking scene effortlessly. Like, it's a fucking awesome scene in Scream 3. I love it. It's a great cameo. And then there's the Jay and Silent Bob cameo, which just feels a little weird. But anyways, Jalen is throwing $5 more in there. Thank you so much, Jalen. Appreciate that. Saying, tagged you on the Twitter image. I personally think Samara will be the opening. I'm kind of right there with you. Haven't seen much of her. Haven't seen much of her anywhere besides that. This picture. Yeah, I didn't really know how to feel about this. This was so. Viewer Anon posted this picture and it's Ghostface and it looks like it's on some kind of like I wanted to say Tinder, TikTok, some kind of like TikTok or like a fake app like that where it's like the short videos and all that, all like people dancing and shit. So it kind of looks like that it's that. I saw this, Jalen. I don't really know what to make of that. I was just like kind of confused. Yeah, and then underneath that, he just said that he's going to dial down the Scream 6 stuff, so his feed isn't 100% Ghostface and all that. So he didn't really say much about it. It wasn't a whole lot of context. I didn't really know what to take from it. But besides that, though, I do agree that I do think it's going to be Samara in the opening at this point. I have seen so little pictures of her. She got announced like midway through the production of the movie. She probably just came to set for a handful of days and was like, yeah, let's fucking do this shit. I could see that being the case. 100%. Well, 100%. And it makes me sad because I think she has potential as a protagonist or a future Ghostface killer. She totally has the potential to do something like that. But if she's the opening kill, it fits with Radio Silence. I mean, she's like the big star of like Ready or Not, for instance, which I think is one of her best movies, as well as maybe my favorite Radio Silence movie. But I don't know. I think she could go a long way as a Ghostface killer. She could fucking kill it in this as one of the killers. So fingers crossed that's the case. But Jalen, I think I gotta agree with you, man. I think for now that's my running theory. She's gonna be the opening kill. I hope we're wrong, Jalen. I hope we're wrong, but I don't think we are. Jalen, thanks for the $5. I really appreciate that a whole lot. Thank you for the support. Thank you. Kyle's asking a good question here. What's your thoughts on Tony Revolori's part in the film? Let me take a long sip of my coffee real quick, and then we'll talk about that because I once again want to reference that picture, which Tony Revolori is absent from, don't forget. Alrighty, let's talk about this. So Tony Revolori, also once again another actor who just was not on screen for not on set for too many days, I should say, is not in this new picture that we just got, which I believe has to be either from the second or third act. I don't think all of these characters would have gotten together already in the first act and like are already on to trying to solve who the mystery is. I feel like the first act is gonna, whoever the opening kill is going to bring all these characters together, because I feel like that's the only way Kirby and like the New York cops and Gale would all get together somehow. I don't know. It's just like there's a lot going on here. Something needed to have already happened. So my guess is that's got to be a second or third act picture. Tony Revolori is absent from that, so I feel like he might be one of our first kills in this movie. Don't think he's going to make it too long. So what my thoughts are on his character, I feel like he's just going to be an early death, not too big of a character. Maybe we'll have some funny lines here and there, but I genuinely think he's going to be maybe either someone working under Gale Weathers or maybe someone at the college, like another kid. Maybe like a creepy kind of guy. Maybe he's hitting on Mindy or something, and Mindy's like, fuck off, dude. Like, stop, not interested. And then he goes off and he's like, oh, whatever, and then walks down an alleyway and Ghostface chases him and stabs him in the jugular. Listen, I don't know, man. That's just my guess as of right now. That's just my guess. We got to have some, like, here. That's my other thing about this picture. I'm sorry I keep coming back to this, but I'm just like, man, if this many people are walking into Act 3, like there's way too many people walking into Act 3 here. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm expecting a bloodbath. You hyped me up with this movie a lot. All these things people are saying are getting me excited, and I'm worried that it may not be all this the bloody crazy wonderfulness that I'm hoping for. Regardless, I think it's going to be a great Scream movie, though. That at the end of the day, I really do think it's going to have that DNA that the franchise has, and will bring it all together in a brand new and interesting way. I really have faith in this one. I know a lot of people are worried about it. A lot of people are boycotting it even, but I think it's going to be good. I have a lot of faith. I really think this has the potential to be one of my favorite sequels. There's a lot going for this movie. I mean, the setting, the time, like it's around Halloween time, which I think is interesting. These characters have been set up by the previous movie. They don't have to do that much exposition in this next one, really. Like maybe with some of the side characters, but we already kind of know our main characters. Like they don't have to do that much. They don't have to explain who every single character is. They just got to build on top of them. So I don't know, man. They have a lot of potential with this movie. I hope they don't fuck it up. I hope it's fucking awesome. I have a lot of faith in Radio Silence, though. I almost all of their movies I love. There's not one of them where I think is bad. Fuck, dude. Devil's Due, for instance, super underrated found footage flick. Love it. John Fell is saying, how did the new killers get the costumes? Surely after the events of each film, the costumes are locked away in the police department. So maybe one of the killers actually works in the force. That could be the case, John. So I know that it was confirmed recently that the museum that they're going to is going to hold all of the killers' like costumes and all that, and they steal them from there. I don't necessarily know the legality behind that shit, I mean, like, listen, I'm gonna be honest, it's one of those things where if I saw it in a horror movie, I could turn the other cheek, because it's like, I don't really know how that shit works, that maybe they got them for the museum show somehow. I'll buy it, it's maybe like a little bit of a stretch, but not too big to hinder a entire plot centered around it, if that makes any sense. So if you're worried about that not making a whole lot of sense, I'm kind of just like, man, just you can look at a movie from any sort of angle. There's every single movie, if you look at it from a certain angle, it doesn't make sense. That's the thing at the end of the day. So if you're looking for that, I feel like you're just looking to not enjoy the movie. When I watch movies, unless something is glaringly fucking obviously bad or like just a ridiculous plot hole that's like, how did they not see that? Then it doesn't really bug me. That's just my personal preference. I know some people are a little pickier than that, but I don't know. I'm just like, man, I like enjoying stuff. If I can find a way to enjoy this, I'm all about that. I'm all about having a good time watching this fucking movie, I guess is my point. Danny is saying, have you thought about the opening kill being a false kill to throw people off? Oh my God. And having the individual show up later in the film, possibly as the second or third killer. I mean, that would be a really that would be a fucking great idea, is to fake somebody's death and that's what brings everybody together. That could work with the motive too. Like, it's like, oh shit, the first person who died comes back as the killer. That's how Samara could not only be the opening kill, but also the killer in this movie. Just a thought. And so I guess that would lead me to this. The only reason I could see them doing that is if they killed a person who is linked to every single character in this so far. So Samara Weaving would have to be someone who knows our core 4 characters and also knows like Gale Weathers and Kirby somehow. So what is her character then? What is I guess that's the question now. Because I could totally see that working. That would be fucking sweet, Danny. I love that idea. I guess I just need to know what Samara would be playing if she is this person, so to say, theoretically. I love it though. That's an awesome idea, Danny. Good shit. Sarah Campbell's throwing $5 in there. Thank you so much, Sarah. I appreciate that a whole lot. Saying, I'm torn between wanting the familiarity and comfort of the classic Scream formula and wanting something fresh and exciting. Love if it could do both. And I agree with you, Sarah. I really think that they should find a middle ground between those two. And I feel like Scream 5 came close to doing that. It's not a perfect movie. It's got some problems that I had with it, but I still really enjoy Scream 5. It's a good movie. I had a good time with it. But my thing about it was I feel like they did a lot of things that weren't purposeful, that didn't need to go down that route. Like, I don't think they needed to kill Dewey. I'm fine with it. Like, it doesn't bug. Like, a lot of people are like, that's the worst decision they've ever made. It's not the biggest deal to me. I'm like, okay, Dewey died. He was old. You know, I mean, the guy was like, I mean, how his character develops, he's like fucking living in a trailer park and all that. It's kind of sad. It's almost like putting him out of his misery to a degree. And I felt bad for Dewey more than anything. I was just like, oh God, this is so rough. And he has that last conversation with Gale. It's like, fuck, man. This movie's gonna make me cry. I was not expecting that. It really blindsided me. I do love that angle to Scream 5. I think that's cool, but I feel like they didn't need to kill Dewey to bring everybody back. I feel like there's plenty other things they could have done. But that's what the writers said. Listen, I can't go against them. They're the fucking writers here. But I do agree with you. I do want them to have that classic feel of the original movies, but I want them to do something fresh and exciting that feels focused and to a point. Like, if they just throw me some new shit and it's just like, hey, here's Ghostface and now he's fucking, you know, he's just going crazy. He's like a Jason now at this point. Ghostface doesn't talk. There's no phone calls. He's just stabbing people. That's like, you're just losing all of the great elements about this franchise. You know what I mean? That's like, I'd be kind of bored watching that movie. I'd be like, I mean, this is just Friday the 13th now, you know? It's no longer Scream anymore. So I don't want them to just, you know, don't make it just a regular ass slasher movie, because that's not what Scream is. But I do want them to get into, I've always thought that they could be more brutal with the kills. It's not just a regular slasher franchise at the end of the day, but Scream is making fun of these movies that have crazier amounts of gore than what Scream has ever done. And I do like Olivia's kill is a good standout. The TV show has a lot of fucking awesome kills, but they've never really gotten into like crazy ass, oh my God, that was the most brutal kill I've ever seen, you know? So I would love for them to up the ante on that in Scream 6. And that doesn't mean you have to lose the Scream formula, though. I feel like I say stuff like that, and people are like, "Well, you just want it to be a regular slasher." And I'm like, "No, well, hang on." I feel like it could do all of that stuff we love about the Scream franchise, while also just turning the volume up on that shit too. So I feel like they could do both, Sarah. Just my personal opinion. I do feel like that's possible. I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility. I totally feel like they could do that and be successful in it too, which is, once again, I'm going to say this again, Scream 6, it has the potential to be the best sequel. I'm going to keep saying that until it comes out. I hope so. Fingers crossed, Sarah. Thank you for the $5 I appreciate that. Thank you. All right, y'all. Well, listen, it has been an absolute fucking blast talking with all of you about Scream 6 and all that, but unfortunately, I cannot stay live for the two to 3 hours that I typically do. Me and Matt have a lot of crazy shit to do. We got to finish up Red Right Hand, baby. We're done. We're basically done with the rough cut at this point. We're kind of just doing the fine details and all that, you know, kind of just tightening things up, being like, that doesn't work. This kind of sucks. Oh, this is pretty good. Let's make this longer. You know, we're in that phase right now, the editing. We'll be done with it in like 2 weeks. Like, I think by the time like December 1st or the 2nd, we'll probably be done with it, is my guess. And then things are going to go back to normal on this page, because holy shit, shit has been fucking stupid on this page lately. And that's all my fault because I just have not been posting videos, not doing live streams. I wasn't even going to do this today, but I had some time. I'm like, hey, we have an hour to kill. We gotta kill some time. I can't tell you why because it may be a spoiler, but we got to kill some time before some shit's going on. So here I am streaming. Why not? Matt's downstairs probably jerking off right now, so I gotta go get him. And I can't believe I just said that to 80 people. But I gotta go get him. I'm gonna wrangle him up. We're gonna go back and edit this movie. It's gonna be fucking awesome. I can't wait for you guys to see it. It's gonna be sick. I don't know. It's just gonna be a really good time. And I will try to get some rest and some sleep. I was up all fucking night. I don't remember the last time I got a good night of sleep, but soon I will be able to. And then we'll also have a fucking a movie too to show you guys. It's gonna be great. So I'm excited for you guys to see it. Just some good stuff. Just a wonderful time talking with some of y'all. But I do got to get moving because we gotta get some shit done. But I love all you guys. Thanks for talking with me about the Scream movies. Leave me your leave me any comments when this goes under replay. Like the video, all that fucking bullshit. Whatever. I like the video, I guess, if you want, or or don't. Fuck. What do I care? Subscribe, please. Love you guys all. This is getting long-winded. Don't forget to kill it out there.